Did you know that just because you're watching me, you're probably not breathing optimally? Sorry about that. And let's take the opportunity during this video to actually help you improve the way that you breathe. Because breathing is one of our health fundamentals, along with sleep, movement, eating, and focusing. Breathing is one of our keys because it's our primary fuel. Oxygen is our primary fuel. And modern life has totally messed up how we breathe. So, the Thrive formula. We have to look at all these fundamentals through the Thrive formula. So, here's a review. We need to have a healthy functioning nervous system so that our nervous system controls and coordinates our body appropriately. Then we need to utilize giving our body everything that it needs physically, chemically, emotionally, all of our fundamentals here, and then limiting or eliminating all the things it doesn't need, and doing all of that over time so that we move to thriving. If that's the goal, this is a really great model, a really great formula to commit to memory so that you can utilize it. All right, let's dig in then to this breathing fundamental because it's one that oftentimes gets neglected. We need to breathe. And in order for us to retrain our breathing capabilities, we need to install some habits. You've heard me talk about all these things before, but now we're going to look at them through the view of improving our breathing. We need to restore our posture. Modern posture is oftentimes slouched with the head forward. When we have this slouch, it actually decreases the capacity of our lungs by around 20%. If we simply raise those ribs up, creating space between the ribs and the belt line, we get our head up and our chin down, that restores the full capacity of the lungs. So we need to restore our posture. We can do that certainly by being conscious of it, and that's why here at Bright Futures we actually teach people specific corrective activities and exercises so that they can restore the degenerated muscles that we have back there, the deconditioned muscles that we have back there. We then need to practice restorative breathing. And there's a lot of different ways to do this, but the one that I like the most is an easy formula to remember. 6, 2, 8. 6, 2, 8. And what that is you're going to breathe in to a rhythm of 6 counts. And then you're going to hold it for 2 counts. And then you're going to breathe out for 8 counts. Okay? So let's go ahead and do that. Here's one round of that. Breathe in, hold it, and breathe out. All right. You've just done a restorative breathing session of 6 to 8. Now that takes 15, 16 seconds to do that. And if you do it 4 times, you've just worked on your breathing for a minute. And it can actually work into your focus fundamental also because you can focus on your breathing, a singular thing, for a minute. Maybe you can extend it to 2 or 3 or 4 minutes then. It's finding the rhythm, 6 in, 2 hold, 8 out. And I encourage people to do in through the nose, out through the nose, to reclaim our body's ability to breathe through the nose. Sometimes breathing out through the mouth is just fine, and sometimes that's what's recommended. I actually quite prefer in through the nose, out through the nose. 6, in, 2, hold, 8, out. That's restorative breathing. We can work this then into our AM and PM bookends. This is the strategy where in the course of a day, we have control of the bookends, the AM session and the PM session. And we really need to work on our breathing during those sessions. During that AM and PM bookend, you can create full-on moments, those 1, 2, or 3 or 4 minute times where you're actually doing your breathing. You'll be amazed at digging into this habit. When you start the day with a breathing moment, things go better. And when you end the day with a breathing moment, sleep goes better. which is, of course, one of our fundamentals there too. So create moments in those AM and PM bookends. And then during the day, create micro moments. And that is, again, if you're about to engage with some digital technology, right before you do it, do one breath, right? In for 6, hold for 2, out for 8. Do that, and then that'll help you breathe through that digital time. And if you have a moment between tasks or activities, again, instead of looking at the next thing on the phone or going and checking your email or seeing what's on the news or seeing if the weather's any different than what it was 15 minutes ago, you can actually take a moment to breathe and practice that restorative breathing. Now, why is a chiropractor even talking about this? Well, breathing and chiropractic actually have quite a bit to do with each other because modern life, as I've mentioned, is a posture disaster. If I find a teenager with good posture, I'm amazed anymore. And certainly even adults, because we've all been sitting basically since we were 5, have terrible posture at this point. The digital world is only speeding up the process, and it's unfortunate. All of those posture issues cause subluxation. It's one of the physical stresses, the micro stresses that we have that cause subluxation. And when we have subluxation, we lose body function. And oftentimes, not only the physical restriction of the lung, but actually the ability for our body to fully breathe and utilize our oxygen stores is hampered by subluxation. So adjustments, when a person gets a chiropractic adjustment, it normalizes the stress response. The stress response, when it's happening, it makes our breathing more rapid and more shallow. So normalizing the stress response will allow us to get back to that full breathing. And fortunately, getting back to that full breathing also normalizes the stress response. It also improves our breathing capacity. The ability for our lungs to sense what amount of breathing is necessary at any given moment is enhanced when the nervous system is fully connected. So chiropractic adjustments absolutely restore healthy breathing. And it's one of those things that I've seen in kids, I've seen it in adults, I've seen people very frequently when we do an adjustment, then all of a sudden they go, oh man, I don't think I was breathing very well. We see that all the time. So that's why a chiropractor is talking with you about breathing. Remember, those are our fundamentals: breathing, focusing, eating, moving, and sleeping. Make sure that you're dialing those in your health and your productivity and your life happiness is going to improve. I guarantee it. I'm Dr. Chris Grier. Enjoy your day.